Hey y'all, it's Jamie for Dig It Homesteading, and if you're new here, thanks. If you're not new here, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here a while, then you know that I am on a hunt for a pickled egg recipe that pleases everybody in my household. And if you have backyard chickens, then you probably have an influx of eggs. This is what I have left after doing them in the Instapot. I did 63 eggs the other day in the Instapot to clear out my fridge, and I usually turn them into deviled eggs. Anyway, I do a lot of things with them. That night we had like egg salad for dinner, and then I found 3 recipes for pickled eggs 3 different ways, so we're going to take care of that today. And I think it takes 2 weeks for them to sit in the fridge. So we will also film taste testing in a couple of weeks to add to this video for you guys, because I know you are going to want to know the results. But anyway, I've got a whole lot of eggs, 3 recipes, and we need to find a recipe that works for us because we have chickens and we need to use as much eggs as we can, because that's the whole point. And if you have a favorite recipe, please let me know as well. I'm always interested in testing out more recipes. Okay, so the first one we're doing is a mustard based one. We all like mustard in this household, and we're just going to jump right in and do it. And already in this recipe, my mind is saying this is going to make too much brine, because we're putting 12 eggs in a quart jar, and it's calling for 4 cups of water and 1 cup of vinegar. With the eggs in there too, that's not going to, that might be for 2 12 eggs. I don't know. We're just going to see how it works out. How about that? I might half the recipe. I can always do it again if it's too much, but I don't want to have excess brine because I don't want my whole fridge taken over with pickled eggs that we're testing out. So I think I'll do that. I'll half the brine, and if I have to add more, then I'll make more. I'd rather have less and make more than abundance at this moment. So boiling and peeling fresh eggs can be tricky. So I have put all of the ones that don't look so pretty in this one, because you're not going to really see through it. And these are just reused jars. Somebody actually gifted me a whole bunch of these recently. So they all went through the dishwasher, so they are sterilized and ready for the brine. Okay, so to this pot, remember I'm doing it half, I'm going to add 2 cups of water, and I need half a cup of vinegar. Right at half. Okay, now it calls for 1 cup of sugar, and unfortunately the one that's in my sugar jar is 1/3 of a cup, so we're just going to do 1 1/2 of those to make about half of what we need. Now it calls for 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. I don't even know if I have that. One tablespoon of regular salt for me. Okay, now we're going to bring this to a boil, and once it's to a boil, we'll add our next ingredients. While that comes to a boil, I have sliced a medium onion. And I'm going to take these eggs out, and I'm going to layer in the onions all throughout the eggs. I wanted to put them in here and make sure they all fit how I wanted them to, because some of our eggs are bigger than store-bought. So I'm going to get that done too. So I'm going to just dump these back in, hopefully. And start adding them back, each layer at a time. And then just putting our onions in as well. And just do that over and over until you have all the eggs. 12 eggs is what this calls for. all the eggs and all the onion put in there. And this called for 1 medium onion, but I'm starting with half and we'll see how it goes. Alright, here's what it looks like, and that was that half of onion, and then the few little bits that are at the top was off the other one. So 12 eggs to fit in here with a little bit more than half the onion. And our brine is almost up to boil. And with the sugar in here, you do want to make sure you give this a good stir. That way all your sugar doesn't burn and stick to the bottom of the pot. Alright, to this, now that it's boiling, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of mustard seed. This is just some cheap stuff I got from the store. I do have mustard seed from the garden, but I didn't want to use it in this. And now it calls for 3 tablespoons of yellow mustard, but then it also calls for 2 tablespoons of turmeric. And I did not half the mustard seed because I saw the lady who posted this said she always adds more mustard seed. So we're going to not half that, but we will half the turmeric. And I'm going to do the turmeric first. That way I don't have mustard going into my turmeric. And that adds that lovely yellowy mustard color. And now we'll do 1.5. Oh, y'all, I didn't shake it. 1.5 tablespoons of just regular yellow mustard. You could substitute for the spicy mustard. That'd be good if you want more of a spice. And we're going to add just a little bit more than a half, just because I want to give that a little bit of a stir. Now we're just going to simmer this for 5 minutes. Okay, so that has simmered for 5 minutes, just a low simmer. I'm going to turn that off and we're going to let this cool. And in the meantime, I'm going to rinse my spoon and get prepared for our next lovely looking pickled eggs. Here's what it looks like after it's cooled off. It looks very separated. I'm going to pour it into this measuring cup just to make it a little bit easier to put it in this jar. And it's still hot. It's just not near as hot. Look at that. Look how much I still have. Well, I'm glad I reduced it by half, but this tells me I could have probably reduced it by 1/4 and still got what I needed out of it. Now we're just going to put the lid on this, and this is going to cool off some more and then go in the fridge. Now you're supposed to keep this in the fridge for 10 to 14 days to let them soak up all the flavor, and you want to give it a shake or a stir every day while that's happening. But I just absolutely love the color. I'm going to shake it around a little bit now and see if I can get any more of that liquid in there. Make sure there's no air bubbles because I don't want to put any tulle down there and mess up my eggs anymore. That looks good. Okay, so this next one is going to be dilled eggs, and we love pickles, dill pickles, sweet pickles, any kind of pickles except for bread and butter. I hate those, but other people in the house love them. So we're going to give these dilled eggs a try, and this looks pretty easy as well. But before that, let me show you my little visitor. This is Tarzan. Me. He's one of the 3 kittens that I found in my husband's shed a couple weeks ago. And they're done bottle feeding, and he is going to be going to his new home on Monday. And I will share the other 2 with y'all in due time. Okay, so this recipe definitely looks like the ratios for the liquid is a lot better. And to start, we're going to need 1.5 cups of just white vinegar. 1 cup of water. 3/4 teaspoon of dill. It calls for white pepper. I don't have that. I don't buy that. I don't use that. So I'm just going to use black pepper. And it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of that. 1/4 teaspoon of mustard seed. Calls for 1/2 teaspoon of minced onion or onion juice. I put a whole teaspoon. Same thing for the garlic. We really like those flavors, so if they punch us in the face, that'll be fine. Now we will do the same thing and bring this up to a boil for 5 minutes, and I think I might permanently have that spoon yellow, but that's okay. I hear you. This isn't for you. This isn't. How did you already figure out where our food is, sir? So I'm going to just give it a stir, let it come to a boil. Boil for 5 minutes, and then we'll let it cool off, and I'm going to go ahead and get my eggs ready as well. Okay, so our dill brine has cooled off for a little while. We're going to do the same thing, make our lives easier. Woo, I'm going to take a little bit of this liquid out, and then I'm going to get all these spices poured into here. So this makes just a tad more. I like that. It didn't make too much more than I needed for one batch. Alright, all the eggs are covered, all the spices are in. We're going to do the same thing. Set this to the side, let it cool down, put it in the fridge for 10 to 14 days. Give it a shake every day, and then we'll have some delicious dill eggs. And see, you already have the look of the dill in there, so I don't know what the difference would be to do the white pepper versus the black pepper. I'm sure it has a slight flavor difference, but y'all let me know about that, because I don't ever use it. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to do one that's just called pickled eggs, and it does have a little addition to it. And the ratios on this one are weird as well as the first one. It calls for 1 cup of water and 3 cups white vinegar. I am going to go with the last recipe's water to vinegar ratio, which was 1.5 cups white vinegar and 1 cup of water.
What's wrong with the chicken?
Because that fit in the jar perfect. Alright, my 1 cup of water. And it's going to be 1.5 cups of vinegar. And this measuring cup is really cool because inside of it, it shows me the measurements as 1/4, half, and 3/4. So I like that. Calls for 2 tablespoons of raw sugar. I'm just using white here. Just regular old white sugar. Well, as I'm going through this recipe, I'm realizing I don't think I put 3 teaspoons of salt in the last one. I guess I'll find out while I'm editing. So if they're not salty, that's why. Note to self. But it calls for sea salt, and I never have sea salt. I do have table salt, pink salt, Redmond's real salt. So we're just going to make a conversion for this as well. So I'm looking it up, and it shows a chart for fine sea salt. But the problem is it doesn't say fine sea salt in the recipe, so it says 1 tablespoon of sea salt. And the reason I'm looking for a chart to see how much it would be for table salt is because those granules can be a lot bigger than your table salt, and that will fill in a lot more space in here. So if I put 1 tablespoon of sea salt versus 1 tablespoon of table salt, that is a whole lot saltier than big granules that have air gaps between them would fill up in here, and it would be over salted. So I'm just going to go with my gut. And the last recipe called for 3 teaspoons, which I believe is a tablespoon. Don't quote me, I don't know, because I don't measure a lot. I just do. I might do 2 teaspoons of table salt, and we'll see how that works out. So we will just get our table salt measured out, and that's a little less than that, and I'm not worried. If it's not salty enough, I will throw some salt in there. It calls for a pinch of pickling spice, but you know, they're whole seeds, so I'm just going to call that a pinch. It's probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon. And now here is one of the things it calls for differently, is sliced jalapenos. It calls for 1 or 2. This is just 1 Texas sized jalapeno. And then also calls for this half a sweet onion thinly sliced, which I have some here, and I was kind of thinking about just packing it in my jars, but I think I might just throw it in here. And then I have some that was minced as well, extra. So this isn't quite half a onion, but who's gonna cut a whole onion for like less than a quarter of an onion that we need? So we'll just get this to working, and we're gonna bring this up to a rolling boil as well. And we're only going to boil this one for 2 minutes. Okay, y'all, so what I've decided to do with the leftover mustard brine, I have an extra jalapeno and I have garlic. So I have got 12 more eggs set in the Instapot, which is my favorite way to do eggs because I stack it deep. Okay, I stack it deep. And if y'all want to see how to do 30-35 eggs at once without having to pay attention, then y'all let me know. I'll include that in one of my videos. And it seems to be the best way to do these fresh eggs as well. It's the 5-5-5 method in the Instapot if you just want to look it up. But I do 4-5-5. And I'm going to set my timer because that brine is up to a boil. So anyway, I have an extra pepper. So I'm going to chop up that jalapeno and throw some garlic, some minced garlic in that mustard, and add a little extra of our flavors that we like. And we will label it and mark it as a thrown together, I don't know, Dig It Homesteading pickled eggs. I don't know what to call it. Call it gumbo. Throw in whatever's left and make you a new one. But we'll see how that works out as well. And I'll show you what this brine on the eggs looks like in just a bit. Alright, same step. I'm going to pour it in here, not so carefully, I guess. Get all my spices out. And this, out of all of them, smelled amazing. Okay, the jalapenos and the onions, just glorious smell. See, this is what I was worried about. So for you who have made pickled eggs similar to this, would you have done it this way? Or would you have just put the onions and the peppers layered in there how we did the first one? So then we're not just sitting here messing with all of this back and forth. Okay, I'm going to sort this out. I'm going to do the same thing. Take a little bit of liquid out, and then I'm going to try to poke these things around in here. And I am just reusing everything today. Some of it gets a slight rinse, but I am putting all this liquid that I take off, I'm reserving it to the side in case for one I take off too much. Then I can add it back. But that's the great thing about doing any sort of batch cooking is you can use all the same kitchen equipment and only have to wash it once and get all sorts of projects done. And I absolutely love saving on dishes. And I just don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to just keep cramming. And some of these eggs were a little small, so I actually have like a little pocket up there that I can put these in. But I would like it to be more throughout. I guess through the shaking process the flavors will disperse, but I think it'd make for a prettier jar for one thing. If you're worried about that, if you're going to do it for any sort of gifts or anything, you would probably want to do the layering. Alright, I'm going to just do that exact same process and get more of these spices put in there. And then I will make sure it's topped up to the top. It will sit to the side as well until everything is nice and cool and can go in the fridge. And this will take the same process, 10 to 14 days. Give it a shake every day. Alright, so here is what this one looks like. And for the ratios, I took out a half a cup of liquid, and I only, as I'm doing this, realized, you know, we're putting more volume into this jar than the other one. Even though we did the same liquid amount, the ratio is different in the jar because of the peppers. So when I write this up, I'm going to remove 1/4 of a cup of the vinegar and 1/4 of a cup of the water. That way we have, hi sister, that way we have better ratios at the end and we don't waste so much brine. But as you see, I've crammed all the stuff at the top. I would prefer to do it layered. Y'all let me know about that. And the eggs are just finished in the Instapot and they need to be shocked and peeled, and I'm not going to do that today because I have plans later on this evening, and I will just go ahead and put all that together tomorrow, and it will be part of our taste test. So we will bring you together with sister and my lovely husband and myself, and we will see how everything tastes in just a few weeks for us. Okay, just because, you know, this could be the best pickling brine ever and I won't remember what I did, I chopped up the one Texas size jalapeno that I had left, and I put a tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic from the store in here, and I'm gonna just throw the brine in here and put the lid on and stick it in the fridge, and then whenever my eggs are ready I'm just gonna pop them in, seal it, and just treat it like the rest of them with a little label of a miscellaneous pickled egg. Okay, so today is the day we get to taste all these pickled eggs, and I have my 2 vinegar lovers here to test them out. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to cut them open so we can see what they look like inside. Okay, so does anybody have a preference on which ones we do first?
No.
The dill.
You want to do the dill first?
Yes.
Well, that just so happens to be the ones that I'm shaking up.
Might that be a deal breaker?
Oh Lord. So you're supposed to shake them every day. I did not shake them every day. I shook them every other day, sometimes every 3rd day. I don't know how much that makes a difference, but we will see. I don't know. We'll cut it like that, and then we'll cut it like that, so y'all can have a bigger piece. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody get their egg. They picked my egg for me. I get the broken one.
Yeah.
They're going to sniff test.
Ooh, that smells good.
Wow.
It's very dilly.
Can we try it?
Go, go. Very vinegar.
Not sweet like the last one. It's good.
Yes. I like that it's not sweet. That would be good with some mayo.
Can you tell the difference between the vinegar lovers and the non-vinegar lovers?
Okay. What do you think?
I like it, but I don't usually like just hard-boiled eggs, so I would probably eat it with some mayo and mustard.
I was going to say mayo.
It's the yolk's a little dry.
Yeah.
Dry, yeah.
Okay, so should we do the jalapeno ones next?
Yeah.
I think everybody's looking forward to these. The jalapeno eggs. Alright, I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna just bring it and show you guys. Okay, this is what this one looks like. It looks nothing different at all from a regular boiled egg.
Looks like it's got layers in the middle of it.
This one does, yeah.
Yeah. It's Damascus.
The Damascus egg. Alright, Daddy, grab which one you want. I'm kind of nervous.
Ooh, that smells good.
It smells peppery.
Yeah.
It smells like a jalapeno.
I like that one better. I like that one way better.
It doesn't look the sweeter. Cannot taste any jalapeno in that at all.
Oh, I can. You can't taste the jalapeno?
No.
At first I tasted it, but it's really sweet.
Mine was very jalapeno-y. Is that a word?
I guess.
Like, I tasted it at the beginning and like the middle, but like the end just...
I do like that one. That's good.
Yeah, I really like that one. So we're going to do the regular mustard first, and then we'll do the concoction that I made. And it looks like it's pretty thick in there at the moment. So I don't know how great these are going to be, but I'll show you as well.
Thick with 2 C's.
Oh my Lord. So we're kind of grossing ourselves out a little there is some
Kinda. Ugh.
Yeah, kind of.
some textures going on inside this jar, but I don't know if they should be or not. So we'll continue and look. So here's what it looks like cut open. It's very, very yellowy, and I think the texture is probably because I remember putting in the not so pretty eggs in here, and so some of the yolk is interacting with all the spices and vinegars and stuff like that, making a not so great texture. So if you know that that is what's happening here, let me know down in the comments, because they're freaking out. They're like, it's like egg yolk. It looks like egg yolk, just because the stuff is yellow and it's got that texture. Yeah, it's not the most pleasantest stuff, but we're still gonna try it.
Oh, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not either.
Okay, I guess I'm taking one for the team because these two chickened out. But I'm gonna try it. Y'all wish me luck. It smells mustardy. I don't like it.
It's pretty good as snot.
How do you like it in snot, Mom?
Y'all are nasty. It's not snot. Something's definitely not right.
It's not snot.
So maybe no egg yolks where they can reach the vinegar. That was really bad. I think your chickens are gonna enjoy it.
Did it smell bad?
No, it's just not right. Okay, let's see if
Oh,
the
that
other
smells
mustard
horrible.
one.
Yeah.
Other mustard one is good. Hopefully this one is better. This one I got started a few days later, so we shall see if we have a fail again. Okay, cutting board and everything's all wiped up, and I really hope the next one isn't like that, because I want us to like this mustard one. And this is the one that I just threw the jalapenos in with the mustardy type brine. And I think I put garlic and onions in it too. And so far, the texture of what I'm seeing looks nice and liquidy still instead of like the other one. So I will show you what it looks like in just a second. Okay, so as I cut into it, hubby says much better. The texture looks good. There's nothing icky.
It smells good.
It smells good, so I have high hopes for this one. So we're going to cut up our bites and test it out for you.
That smells better.
Get where I can see you. I can see you.
It smells good.
It smells like something at a Chinese buffet. Like pepper chicken or something.
She's already eaten hers.
Sorry. We're testing it out on you. Is it good? Should we try it?
She's still eating.
Huh. It tastes like Chinese food.
Why is it so sweet?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like
Good
the sweet
Lord.
ones.
That's so. I'd never think they'd be that sweet with that much mustard in there.
Mustard and turmeric.
You
And
didn't put no such sugar in, huh?
I don't think I did. Peppers and onions and garlic. I don't know.
I like this one the best.
I mean, I'll eat it, but good Lord, it's sweet. Yeah, those other two.
It tastes like Chinese, like pepper chicken.
No, it doesn't.
It does. That's so weird. I don't know what it is. Okay, so what's your favorite, sister?
The dill.
The dill.
Because it has less, and it doesn't taste like sugar.
Dad, what's your favorite?
I really like the dill, but I think I like the dill for the flavor, but the jalapeno is not so dry.
Yeah? Y'all want to know what my favorite is?
Not the
The
snot.
mustard.
The snotty mustard. No, I'm just kidding. I think the jalapeno eggs
I was literally just pointing
is
out.
my favorite as well. So we all agree we don't like sweet pickled eggs.
No,
It's just not right.
no.
Well, I'll have to look at that. Well, that wasn't sweet either. So I don't know if the sweetness of the onions got to it or what. But it
I
is
don't
sweet.
understand how that'd be sweet. I can't understand that much sour stuff in there.
I'll have to look back at the recipe, but I can't remember because it's been 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
But no, either of those two will win, definitely.
yeah, dill or jalapeno eggs.
Yeah.
So we'd eat those again for sure.
Yes.
The dill.
I'm talking about it again. I'll be eating it again in a minute.
Okay, so family's hungry, so it's time to wrap this up. So at least we have 2 winners. I'll have to look back at this. If it had any sort of sweetener, I don't think it did. We'll have to work out why it would be sweet.
Maybe it pulls the sugar out of the mustard, because you know mustard has sugar in it.
Maybe it pulls it out of the onions. I don't know. Whatever it is, at least we have 2 that is better than the last one. Y'all remember the last one?
The
That
sugar one.
They were sweet. So sweet.
The canned eggs.
Oh.
They were canned.
No, we had some pickled ones in the fridge. It was some
Remember,
sort
I
of
ended up eating all of them because nobody wanted them.
Yeah, Dad sacrificed with the last ones and ate all those. But chickens are getting those ones. And then we can eat what we want with our dinner. We're actually going to just make a really big salad tonight and just use these in place of boiled eggs in our salads as well. It's just another way you can do it. I've seen people make deviled eggs out of pickled eggs too, so that might be a thing, sister.
Deviled eggs out of pickled eggs?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm about to do that with this one.
Yeah. You going to try it with the dill?
Yeah.
You going to let us know how it is?
No.
Why not?
Don't touch that.
It's slimy, sister. We need to clean up. We need to clean up and eat. But anyway, I thank you so much for joining me and my lovely family for trying out some of the nastiest and most delicious pickled eggs I've ever made. And maybe you won't have to go through these trials after you watch us do all of this. But I'm always looking for a better. I think I want a spicier.
Yes.
What y'all think? Spicier?
Spicier jalapeno one.
A spicier.
This is habanero one.
I have dehydrated
I'll eat
jalapeno.
it.
Do some California
We can eat
Reapers.
some heat, you know that.
Yeah, we like heat.
Mom,
Huh?
do some California Reapers.
California Reaper.
Carolina.
Okay, we'll do some California Reapers and some habanero. But if we do end up doing these super spicy eggs, we'll take you along as well so you can see how it turns out. I'd probably use the brine ratios for the jalapeno and just put the habaneros in it. What y'all think? So that's a good plan.
Hey, what if you could have ice cream and dip the ice, freeze it solid, and dip it into the bomb sauce and see.
Y'all, is he offering? Is he offering to do another spicy challenge
Do
for
it.
us? I think that's what he's doing. So give me a like, a share, give us a comment. Let us know if y'all are interested in seeing another spicy challenge since he's volunteering.
If you hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do spicy anything. Their suggestion.
Oh my God, y'all! I can't believe you just said that.
I'll do it too. I like spicy stuff.
Okay, so 1,000 subscriber spicy challenge it is. If y'all help us by sharing with your friends and family whatever videos you like of ours, then that will help us grow our channel, and we greatly appreciate you watching anything and everything you do. And as always, we will see you on the next one, and love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.